What's up, guys? Yu-Gi-Oh! Addict here. Got another Absolute Zero deck list for you guys. I've been testing out a little tech lately. You'll see it. I think you can already see it a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to just go through the deck for you guys, and I'm going to try and make this pretty quick. First, we got Stratus, Team Malicious, Doomlord, Diamond Dude, and Fearmonger. I use Fearmonger mostly because it's good with Diva, and because I like having variety in my D heroes, and as I've said before, there's really no room for Plasma Goats. So I figure that's the next optimal choice, because Dasher isn't really that good in here. Next we have Plague Spreader, Sangan, and Grepher. These are just really good dark cards in general, and Sangan lets you grab like your Plague or your Diva, or your Malicious or anything like that. And it's just really versatile in and of itself because it's a floater. Grepher's good for setting up Mally and Plague plays and filling up your grave for Dark Armed. And you have Dark Armed and Gores, which are the last Darks, and they're really good boss monsters. Gores help stop over extension, and Dark Armed, when you draw it, you win pretty much. Then we have 3 Hydrogeddon, which is my tech of choice. This card's really good with like Forbidden Lances and stuff like that, because even though I will admit the actual format, most of the monsters in this format in general are a bit too strong for Hydrogeddon to run over. You don't play it because of that. You play it because you have cards like Lance to protect it, and when you do get it off, Alagia is so powerful in a deck like this that also has the ability to swarm with other cards. Then obviously we have our Deep Sea Diva and Blue Breaker engine. Just really a basic engine, good for synchroing, going into gachi, stupid shit like that. Pretty much just a water version of Tour Guide. Then we have 3 Miracle Fusion. Pretty good for going into Absolute Zero. That's really the only reason you play it, 3 Destiny Draw, which is good draw power, and Allure and 2 Duality. I grouped these 2 cards together because they serve the same purpose, which is pretty much just fueling your other plays. And Duality, while I will admit it can be dead, personally I feel like it's a must-have because it gets you out of some really shitty hands. And then you have Rhoda, which is obviously a really strong card because it can search out your Grepher and Stratos, which are power plays in and of itself. Then we have Monster Reborn, 2 MSC, Mind Control, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. We have Book of the Moon, and 2 Forbidden Lance for the Hydrogeddon. Honestly, the 2 Forbidden Lance pretty much just replace the 2nd and 3rd book. They serve pretty much the same purpose, and they allow Hydrogeddon to run over so many different cards. Then we have Solemn Brigade and 2 Torrential. Those are pretty much just, basic staple traps these days. Now I'm going to show you guys the extra deck, which is pretty standard aside from the Dinosaur Exceeds for Hydrogeddon. Hold on. My bad. Pretty much, we got 3 Absolute Zero. These, which are pretty good cards, They're really, it's one of those cards where it's just like, it comes out, and it punishes your opponent for getting rid of it, which is really, really powerful. Then we have Random Utopia and Gem Knight because we go into a lot of level 4s and you like to have options. We have 1 Dolka, 1 Logia. We only play 1 of each because you're really only going to have the opportunity to go into 1, like 1 time only, because Hydrogeddon goes Hydrogeddon, then you exceed. And you usually have like a random 1600 beater left over from all that. So, like, you really only have the room for 1 of each anyway, with how limited extra deck space there is. Then we have 1 Stardust Dragon. I think there's 2, actually. Yeah, there's 2. Really good. One of the main parts of the deck, like one of the main cards. Really good because it forces your opponent to get rid of resources to get rid of it. We have 1 Scrap Dragon, which is pretty staple for any deck that could synchro. 1 Colossal, which is pretty staple. Dark End, because it's really good and it serves you purpose where Scrap Dragon sometimes doesn't help. Then we have one Black Rose, because we need a level 7. Orient for the level 6, and Catastor for the level 5. Then for the side deck, I pretty much side into like Nightmare Dad type Chaos Stunish type build. Here, I'll just show you. I don't even think I play Chaos Sorcerer, or I might play it in the side deck. But it's basically just like that. First we got 2 Doom Cows, which are just really strong cards, you know, and they help you, they help make your opponent waste resources, and they're just that good 1900 4-star that the game's needed for a while. Then we have 2 Ryo, which is really strong too, for obvious reasons. 1 Chaos Sorcerer, just a replacement for BLS, because I don't really want to get one right now. Then we have 2 Effect Veiler, which are good cards in and of themselves. They're good against most matchup these days, but I don't really like main decking them, because I like to keep my options open in the main deck and there's no space. Then we have 2 Tragodia. Basically what I do is I just side out like the entire Diva engine and all that into like a lot of those. Then we have 2 Snowman Eater, because it's a god card basically. It's just like, it's such a good card, like it's no joke. 2 Soul Taker, because a lot of people play dragons randomly still at my locals, but whatever. Then we have 2 Forbidden Chalice, because, you know, it's really good with the Hydro Get-Ons, and it gets to a lot of decks that can be just as powerful as Veiler. So, that's the side deck, and that's the deck in general. I'm also playing 4 Pikachu tokens. These are really good for your Gores, because what it does is when it comes out, it just like, all the water from your absolute zeros funnel the electricity, and it just shocks your opponent to death, which is really good. I mean, might get in trouble for, you know, whatever, but it's all good though. It's a really good card in general, you know. All around good card, and I recommend it for anybody who's looking to play Gores. Anyway, that's it, so peace.